What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything relating to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And right now, it's an extremely exciting time to be a Marvel fan. Marvel Studios has a ton in store for us as far as Disney Plus projects and movies. And of course, there's a ton of new awesome projects coming that they haven't even announced yet. And one of those projects that people seem to be talking about is a World War Hulk project. The next movie we would get from Mark Ruffalo's The Hulk. But this movie will be different. It is not going to be like Professor Hulk from Avengers Endgame, which a lot of people didn't really like. But the whole point of this movie would be to give us a full-out, rageful, insane Hulk, which I know a lot of fans want, so let's talk about what we could get from World War Hulk. And also, thank you to Displayed for sponsoring this video, more on them in a bit. Now, I think that the World War Hulk movie that we could get is probably going to be somewhat like an Avengers movie. Possibly like Captain America Civil War. For those of you who read the comics, you know that there are just a ton of different superheroes in the comic run. And I think that the movie is probably gonna be pretty similar. And there are actually a few things that are kind of setting up the World War Hulk story. And one is really important, and that is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, in the comics, it's the Illuminati that send the Hulk off-world because he is getting too dangerous to keep on the planet. And I believe that in Multiverse of Madness, we are going to be introduced to an Illuminati, but a multiversal Illuminati. And I believe that after the film, we are going to get our own universe's Illuminati. They may not be called that, but that's essentially what they're going to be. Essentially, there's going to be some type of council after Multiverse of Madness. This is going to be so they can keep the peace of the multiverse and, of course, Earth. And this is a very important part because ultimately, these are the people that the Hulk is going to come back and essentially try to kill. The next important part is the She-Hulk series. Now, it's been confirmed that Mark Ruffalo is going to be in the She-Hulk series, which makes sense because he is the cousin of She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. In the comics, she gets in a very bad accident and is only saved because of a blood transfusion with her cousin Bruce Banner. She inherits some Hulk-like abilities which essentially save her life and make her She-Hulk. And then link this with the post-credits of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We saw Bruce Banner, not the Hulk, but Bruce Banner, normal human form again. So clearly something happened to make him revert to a normal human being. But here's where things get different than where they go in the comics, and here's where World War Hulk is born. In the comics, the Hulk gets hit with a gamma bomb. This causes him to lose control and he attacks Las Vegas. The Illuminati then get together and decide that the Hulk is too powerful to keep on Earth, but of course they can't kill him, so they decide to trick him and send him off-world. They tell him that he's going to go into orbit to fix a satellite, but really, they're sending him to another planet. I think that in the movie, whatever causes him to revert back to Bruce Banner will eventually backfire, because I don't think he's going to get hit with a gamma bomb. But I think in the process to reverse the Hulk, which happened from gamma radiation, he's going to essentially expose himself to even more gamma radiation, the gamma chamber as he called it in Avengers Endgame, and essentially become hulked out again, but even worse than he's ever been before. And from here, he's going to get out of control, and he probably will attack something. Probably get in a fight with some Avengers or another hero, perhaps Doctor Strange, as they attempt to try to calm him down. Now, it's most likely going to be Doctor Strange because after Multiverse of Madness, after Doctor Strange goes through everything, he's going to be a lot more strict with what he lets get away. Having learned a lot and not wanting anything to go wrong again on his watch, he's going to have a lot less tolerance, which is why we'll probably see a Doctor Strange vs. Hulk fight originally. Now, Doctor Strange might be able to contain him for a little bit, and Doctor Strange might even come out on top of the fight. However, the Hulk is just going to get angrier and angrier. And this is where the conversation of the Hulk being too dangerous will begin. Now, they might discuss killing him, but obviously they're not going to be able to. Bruce Banner even said in the first Avengers he tried to kill himself, he put a bullet in the back of his head, but the Hulk spit it out. So, the option is send him off the planet so he can't destroy it. Now, in the comics, they trick him, but perhaps in the movie, they won't really need to trick him. If Doctor Strange can contain him, then perhaps they'll just send him off planet. Now, in the comics, he goes through a portal and ends up on Sakaar, where he becomes a famous gladiator and a leader, and then he gets a wife, and she gets pregnant, and ultimately dies to an explosion. The ship that Hulk originally took there exploded, killing his wife and future child. This is what causes him to go back to Earth and exact revenge, sending him into full World War Hulk mode. Now, I don't think this is what's going to send him into World War Hulk mode in the movie. I actually think he's going to have maybe a wife, maybe even a future kid on Earth. And I'll explain that in just a bit. But first, thank you to Displate for sponsoring this video. If you are a movie fan of any kind, Displate is for you. Displate is a one-of-a-kind metal poster with a revolutionary magnetic mounting system. It's super unique, it's extremely easy, and it's very safe for your walls, and no tools are required. And the best part is, you can switch out the posters that you love. There are over 1.4 million designs that you could choose from, both branded and artistic designs. From Marvel, to Star Wars, to DC, to James Bond, to Cyberpunk. Whatever your passion is, there is something for you. They're also super durable because they're printed on metal and they're printed in the EU. Right now they're doing a promotion for 2 weeks. 1 or 2 Displates purchased gets you 23% off, and if you purchase 3 or more Displates, you get 27% off. They're also usually delivered within 4 to 5 business days, so very fast. Just click the link in the description down below to get your Displates. So obviously we know that movies never follow the comics exactly as they are. They take inspiration from it, but it's never exactly like it. For good measure, we would already know the story. So I think that while the Hulk is finally turned back to Bruce Banner and Bruce Banner is normal, he perhaps meets somebody. Maybe he gets married, maybe they're pregnant with a future baby. From here, this is where he would get out of control due to overexposure to gamma radiation, whether that's a bomb, whether that's a reverse effect of trying to become normal again. He's gonna Hulk out whatever it is, causing him to go out of control. And this is where the rage comes from. The Avengers sent him off planet, away from the woman he loves and possibly future child, and that's why he wants to get back. Now, when he gets back is when things are really going to go down, because obviously since the Avengers or the Illuminati or whatever council of heroes there is sent him away, they're not just going to welcome him back with open arms, and they're still going to think that he's too dangerous to be kept on Earth. Now, obviously the Hulk isn't just going to leave, and this is where the battle begins. Now, I mentioned that I thought it might be a little bit like Civil War, and the reason I think that is because I think some heroes might actually side with the Hulk. There might be some heroes that say, I can't believe you sent Hulk off planet, you sent him away from his wife, from his future kid. There's gotta be a way to help him, I'm on the Hulk side. But then you'll have people like Doctor Strange who say, there was no other way. We can't kill him and he's too dangerous, so we sent him away and we have to send him away again. And this is where a battle will break out. A battle between the Earth's mightiest leaders and the Hulk and whoever decides to follow him. Now, ultimately, in World War Hulk, it's revealed when the Hulk is in full rage mode, radiating gamma energy that is harmful to the Earth, that it was actually Red King loyalists that blew up the ship, and Meek knew about this but decided not to stop them because he wanted the Hulk to destroy, and keep destroying. So the Hulk begins to get insanely out of control. But luckily, Tony Stark, using some weaponized satellites, fires on the Hulk and they revert him back to Bruce Banner. From there, in the comics, S.H.I.E.L.D. would take control of him, and I think that this will happen in the movie as well. And I still think that even though Tony Stark isn't here, there could be some Hulk weaponized satellite program that he put in place before he died that they could use on the Hulk, much like we saw in Avengers Age of Ultron. There were Hulk precautions put into place. I'm sure S.H.I.E.L.D. has those precautions in place as well, and I know they have access to the satellites. Now, from here, we might have another division of heroes, much like after Captain America Civil War, because there were some people like Namor the Submariner who voted against sending Hulk off planet because he predicted that he would come back for vengeance. So I do think there might be somewhat of a fallout again after World War Hulk. The way everything is kind of lining up right now leading to a new Hulk movie, it does seem like these events are likely to take place, if they are going to draw a lot of inspiration from the comics. Regardless, I am ready to see a full, rageful, angry Hulk again in the MCU, coming back and actually fighting the heroes that we know and love. But let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Are you excited for World War Hulk, and what would you have happen in the movie? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.